Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 98 podcast. I'm your host, Kiran. And as you can see, we're trying to do a video portion. But if this doesn't work out, this will still be an audio. Oh, well. Okay. So today's guests are Illyria and her brother, Josh. And we're going to be talking about some sibling stuff. So if you have a brother or sister, I would highly recommend you grab them and listen to this together. So we're going to be dissecting Illyria and her brother's relationship. But before we get into that, we're going for more information on today's topic and our podcast overall, please follow us on Instagram at 98.podcast and check out our LinkedIn and our website. So anyways, let's get started. Welcome to the show, Illyria and Josh.
Yo.
Hi. We're back again.
Oh my gosh.
I have to get all the giggles out.
I know
that this is going to be a heated podcast, so.
That's true. There's
only one Cancer here, you know that. We got two Aries. You think you can handle us,
Two fire signs and a water sign. Oh my god, maybe I should go now.
We're currently in the Aries cycle, so we're like doubled. Our powers are doubled.
I picked the wrong time to do this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about sibling stuff, and I wanted to start by just asking, like, do you want to introduce yourselves? Who's the older one? What's your age gap and whatnot?
Well, first off, you're copying me, swaying in the chair. You're doing the exact same thing I'm doing, okay?
I've been watching Kiran do the same thing.
And everyone want to be me so badly.
For real. Yes, we're back again.
Wait, okay, you know what? Wait. This is funny because, okay, you have to watch the video portion. I'm going to somehow put this online somewhere because you being like, yo, she's like copying me. People are going to be like, what happened? Because they can't see this. So you have to check out the video.
Dark web.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Live leak. There's just the Live Leak logo in the top left.
So everyone thinks that he's the older sibling because he's like 7 feet tall. Yeah. And I'm like 4 feet tall when I'm standing next to him. But I am older than him by 6 years. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not outing myself right now.
6 years. That's a significant.
She's actually standing right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. Well, for context too, I have a brother and we're 3 years apart and I'm the younger one. So a lot of this, like, I guess topics, it's going to be interesting to see how much me and Josh relate in context of being younger siblings, but we'll see. So anyways, okay, look. So when I Googled what is it like to be an older sibling or what are the characteristics of an older sibling, Google said, and I quote, they are typically responsible, confident, they mirror their parents' beliefs and attitudes. Yeah. They are natural leaders and their role at work may reflect this. I don't know. Illyria, let's start off with you. Do you think this is true about yourself?
I think so. I think if I were put in a position in which I had to give up my life for this dude, I would do it. But I don't know if he would do the same.
Run it back.
Wait, where does it say that?
Because I'm being responsible.
Whoa.
Like I would be when it comes down to it, like of course he's like putting up this front right now. But when it comes down to it, like I'd be cooking food for my baby.
Put the cake back in the fridge yesterday. You left. You scammer. You scammer. You said if I brought out the cake for us, you would slice it and put it away. And instead you cut the deal short and you made me go back into the garage freezing cold with no socks on.
His birthday was just a couple days ago, so I'm trying to teach him what responsibility means. As the older sibling, that is my responsibility. Teach me how to
scam and not, take people's word.
Yeah. So what was the original question here?
What was your thought on this statement? I guess you're saying, I don't know what you just said. About cake?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I think that, as the older sibling, I would say that I'm, more responsible than he is. Like, it's kind of like, you're the first child. Your parents train you to be a certain type of way. Like, they expect the best from you because you're the first, right? With the second child, they don't,
train you to become a little dictator, gaslighter, freaking... Run it back to where she said confidence. Where the confidence at, huh? Where's the go? You can't even be. Oh, I can't say that on cameras. What have you been confident? About
confident in the fact that you a little.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So with the second child, I've seen the difference. You know, I'm 6 years older than him. I've seen the difference in how my parents have raised him versus me, and how like more laid back they are with him sometimes than they are with me. So it's interesting, but
it's because
I feel like because we're a lot closer now in terms of like just his age and him growing up. We've kind of leveled each other out in a sense.
Okay.
What
valid.
leveled each other out? What is that supposed to mean? No. See, you confidence. Where's your confidence?
She says things.
Where is you taking responsibility?
In terms of like being on the same page of like responsibility and the things that we take, like you started working recently, like you know what it means to take on, you know, setting your alarm in the morning, making sure you get up, and like going through this like it's the same level of discipline, I think.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Obviously, we're going through like different life stages. Like he's still in high school, I'm done with college, but like the discipline is
still more
like
mature than you.
Yeah. Love that. So, Josh, what's your thoughts on the whole characteristics of an older sibling? I know you've been saying things, but like, what do you actually think, or do you have examples besides the cake thing?
First of all, I'm actually the older sibling. Little known fact. I'm the more mature one in the family. Who's the one who counsels you, bro? Who lets you vent about everything? I let you do all the venting, bro, about everything, and I give you insight.
Talking about in Among Us.
What? Oh no, you're so lame. That's another thing. That's a whole nother subject. But you know, I'm the only one who takes care of her mental health, and for better or for worse.
Okay.
Take this a little bit more seriously.
I'm being serious. I'm speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
That's me worrying about you as the older sibling.
I see. Valid. All right. Well, my thoughts on this. I don't. My brother's not here to defend himself, so I'm gonna go off. But I don't know about responsibility. I guess now because he kind of thinks responsibly. I don't think he's very confident. So I kind of like agree with the. I don't know. So that's my thing. But I do think that there's like a chillness. I don't think Google brought this up, but I think older siblings tend to be more chill. But I don't know. That's just me thinking. Josh can give his thoughts on this. But I think that's the only major thing I've seen that's like a positive trait is like my brother's very like his temper is very stable, whereas I get heated so quick. But that could just also be the Aries.
Maybe. Yeah.
I have better training in de-escalation than most cops.
So. Oh no! Cut the camera.
As the older sibling, you know.
Try not to get political here.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, let's move on to the younger sibling characteristics. So Google says we are quirky, trustworthy. We tend to be funnier, and we learn how to keep to ourselves. We are naturally good listeners and are usually more outgoing than the older siblings. What do you think of this, Josh?
That's pretty accurate, except for the good listener. I'll be the first to admit.
I have to agree with that. Like he is a lot. He's got a good sense of humor.
You try to be me so bad. Like I'll be saying like something that's funny, and then she won't shut up about it for like the next few months, trying to make the same joke over and over again. Or how about when every time I do something and it makes you laugh, you're so fast to pull out your phone and get on Snapchat and tell me to do it again. And
I'm just trying to share his humor with the world. I'm just trying to show off my little baby brother.
You can't live in the moment, okay?
No, just to go off of that right now, like my brother does the same thing. Like I'll make a joke about something we're watching and then he'll try to like add on to it, but then he kills it. Like it's not fun no more. I don't know if that's the older sibling thing, but I'm glad that you're proud of your younger sibling's humor, that you want to be in on it, you know?
Because that's me taking care of her mental health, you know? It's like without me, it would be
turning my pain into jokes.
Your life would be such a depressing story without me.
Honestly, I have to agree with that.
You're just being this dark, twisted story. You know?
Sorry. Okay. Illyria, any other thoughts to add on to this statement of what younger siblings' characteristics are?
I'd say he's like a natural born leader, like especially when he was younger. Like I definitely saw that trait come out, like especially when he was like in school. and with like different groups of people. Like I feel like you can socialize really easily with anyone, and that's something that I've never really been able to do. So I don't know if that's more of like a personality thing rather than like a sibling.
You're not gonna bring up like one of your astrology things or whatever?
No, not right now.
You're gonna spare us this time.
Is it the same for you and your brother, Kiran?
No, it's actually the opposite. Like I feel like he's easily able to talk to people better than me. I don't know. I feel like also I'm not good at small talk. So if I'm talking to someone, it's going to be like a legit conversation, but he can randomly go up to someone and be like, politics or the weather, huh? Nice. And I can't do that. I can't be fake like that. So
it's so funny because I have like such a different perception of you, like especially after getting to know you over the past like what 4-5 years.
Yeah,
I'd say that you can really easily like socialize with anyone.
I've heard that too. Yeah, my sister told me that.
You're one of my like more outgoing friends.
Of course, we're
definitely extroverted.
We're being paid to talk about this segment right
now. Well, I guess like I am outgoing, but I don't know. I can't like. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older and more mature, or maybe I don't see it, but I still feel very awkward going up to someone being like, "Hi, what's your name?" I don't know, but like, well, I guess like if I am comparing myself to my brother, he's probably better at it, and then I'm like, meh, you know? I don't know. But yeah, other than that, like I feel like, yeah, the natural born leader thing. I feel like younger siblings. I don't know why they said that for the older one. I mean, maybe you can both be it, but I think because your older sibling tends to be like the trial run, I think like the younger one can kind of like, I don't know, adjust better with whatever situation, because we're seeing you in like real time messing up, right? So we're not going to do the same things, or we might do it better. I don't know. So that's what I've just noticed, at least with being younger. But we'll move on.
Something that I think about like all the time is just like as a younger sibling, because he's seeing me, you know, go through, for example, just like the whole process of applying to college, being in these classes, like just that entire experience, and him being
has made me not want to go to college.
You're a junior. He's a junior. And like starting to talk about like SATs, the ACTs, what it's like to apply to college. You've asked me these questions before, and like me being able to help him, like that's just one example of kind of like you get to observe the older sibling and kind of like eat your way through life in that sense, because you get to learn from the mistakes and the different things that the older sibling has already experienced.
No, definitely. I feel like even now when I was trying to apply to like grad school and stuff, I had my brother do my whole FAFSA because he kind of knows how to do that. Exactly. And I feel like, especially when it came to applying to colleges, like it sucked because he didn't go to a private school. He went to a public one. And so there were like weird things I had to navigate on my own. And that was the first time I felt so lost. But like, yeah, no, definitely during the whole planning process, or even doing SATs, I think I did better just because he knew what not to do and he just told me. So appreciate you both for that, I guess. But yeah, I want to move on and just ask you guys. So like, do you guys fight a lot?
What?
Fight over who's cooler? Yeah.
You have to define fighting, because we do a lot of weird shit that can be described as fighting.
You can define fighting for yourself. What do you define as fighting? Well, I guess like arguing versus, I don't know. I hope you don't get physical.
Just me gaslighting you and degrading your whole existence, you know, out of kindness of my heart. You know, you need a bit of criticism.
He helps me come to a deeper level of awareness of my own being.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I hope you find your flaws.
Exactly. No, I think when we were younger, we used to fight. I mean.
Oh yeah. It's only like you didn't whip the shit out of me when I couldn't fight back. Yo, drop kick me in the stomach in front of my friends, and look at me crying on the floor saying it doesn't hurt, just gaslighting me, busting my lip on a coffee table.
That was when we still lived in Fremont, so I must have been like 5 or 6 years old, and I like slammed his head into a coffee when they're table. Young. Yeah. His lip started bleeding, and I have like a fear of blood. And when I saw that, I was like, it wasn't me.
Yeah, she said that I like tripped and fell while I was playing.
I told my mom that he tripped and fell, and they believed me. So, anyway, yeah, I did learn how to gaslight at a very young age. I think one of the toxic traits of a Cancer is manipulation. I'm very good at that. So if that's what you mean by fighting, then yeah, we do that a lot.
Oh my gosh. Well, because you just triggered me. Because I remember when I broke my arm, I was like practicing martial arts with my brother because we used to do karate at the time. And I don't want to swear, so I'm going to hold myself back. But like, he lied to my parents and said that I fell just like that. But I swear, like, okay, I kicked him. My foot got stuck in his shirt because he used to, you know how people used to wear baggy like shirts, right? And my foot got stuck and I fell back on the concrete and like broke my wrist. And it's still low key little broken.
Oh,
and I can tell him all the time. And you know what he says? He's like, it's your fault for kicking me. So I don't know if that's the older sibling thing. You don't take responsibility for that kind of shit.
That's an L, bro. We have to give you that L. If that happened between us, it would be on that person's fault.
Oh my gosh. But no, I didn't know that about you, Illyria.
No, I feel like in the past couple years we've definitely gotten closer. We don't fight as much as we used to when we were younger, like physically and like verbally. Like we do have our disagreements.
Oh, can you piss me off? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You should just listen to everything I say.
Maybe we won't.
Be better.
We do have our disagreements, but it doesn't happen that often. And if anything, we just go right back to playing games like immediately after.
Oh, I see. Oh, that was going to be my next question of like who makes up with who and like who's usually the one to make amends first, maybe.
Neither of us really. We just start laughing again.
Yeah. I think most times when we do have disagreements, it's like because we're already just chilling and like talking to each other, like especially when you come into my room and just like hang out in there. And so we'll like start talking and then we'll end up disagreeing on something and then we'll both be quiet and then we'll just come up with a new topic to talk about. I feel like it's pretty even. Like either I'll just be like, okay, just let it pass, like just continue talking about something else, or like if I don't do that, he'll be the first to crack a joke and then we just start like scream laughing, crying together.
Oh, that's sweet. Well,
I think we just forget about it really. Like we don't hold on to like any emotion for too long. All we can do is laugh about everything.
I see. Well, because like all I remember is like when I was little, we were very physical with our fighting, right? Like I would scratch. And then
long nails, girl.
Oh, I know. Even as a kid, and they were probably pretty gross from playing on like the monkey bars and stuff like that. So his arm would get infected. I just remember that. And then I'm not even kidding. And then I think like when we got older, less confrontational, like physically, but then verbally. Yeah, like I think I'm very, oh man, I don't know. I hold grudges. So he needs to make amends with me. So I wasn't sure if that's just a me thing. That's just probably me. That's a bad quality. Huh? I don't know.
Stubbornness.
Because, well, here's the thing. I'm never wrong. So it was probably his fault.
Audacity picked all that up.
Yeah, we had a quick mom segment. We didn't even get to introduce her. Yeah. What were we even talking?
We're gonna have to cut that out.
She just reset our mindset.
Yeah, wait, I don't remember what I forgot what I said after that. But like, I just know that he needs to make amends, and it's always through food. So he would just be like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna go get food." And I'm like, "Okay, let's get food," and then we make up. But that's good that you both are easily able to make amends.
I'd say like because we don't really get fired or get angry at each other. I think the only time that ever happens is like with our cat's litter. Like that's the only time like we have conflict, and like if some shit happens, like I will get mad and she will get mad. She tries to act all serious and she tries to put on her tough face and everything. And then
yeah, I can't disagree with that. That's probably the only thing that really pisses the both of us off. Is just taking care of that, because it's like you want to. You know what? We're not.
You want to talk some shit? Who didn't pick up the litter the other night? Huh? Who owes me $10? No, that was you.
So we keep each other in check. We've argued so much about it that we have a system to keep each other in check in terms of splitting that responsibility.
Yeah, and you've given me
it's
plenty
good
of
practice
money.
For when.
What? What?
You got to take care of all your baby mamas.
You forgetting to pick up the litter was like a part-time job for me, bro. Like you forgetting was like paying off, bro.
Yeah, so every time we like accidentally forget, it's like the system is we have to pay $10 to each other, so that helps us, you know, because we're both broke though. It helps.
I don't know about you, I'm different now. I got my money up. I left you behind, you and your 3 hours off the clock. Freaking busting it.
Anyways, moving on.
All right. So next question. Do you think your parents have a favorite kid? If so, who and why?
Oh, it's me. Oh, it's me. Oh. You have no user on here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they have a favorite.
No, it's me. Yeah.
I think we're all their favorites.
I don't know why you still live with us. But if you got a full-time job, then you know we wouldn't have to deal with
life would just carry on like normal. Oh, that shit hurted. Yeah. That's the truth.
And when you graduated high school, I was prepared not to see you anymore, and I've been stuck with you for like the last 6 years. So
okay, but I add a little bit of spice to everyone's life, so they can't disagree with that.
Well, at least I got to instigate and get some, you know, entertainment by watching you argue with something, and yeah. Anyways, I'm the favorite. End of the story.
What about you? What about you?
I want to be like, I think, I think it's me, just because, like, why wouldn't I be the favorite, you know? No, I like, for facts though, I think at least when it comes to my mom, I think it depends actually. Like, I don't talk to my dad as actively, so I feel like he's more comfortable with my brother. I don't know if my brother would be his favorite. I kind of feel like I still am, but me and my mom are closer, so I would say like I would probably be my mom's favorite, and then I'll let my dad take him. That's it. But yeah, I always want to know, because I feel like people always ask, I think, or they used to. I don't know. I asked my little cousin when they came over this past week. I was like, who do you think your parents like the most? And that debate began between them. But yeah, okay. So next question I wanted to ask you was, what did you do for fun as kids? And then what do you do for fun now?
Fun? What? Were we allowed to have that? Like,
oh, we used to have like a little playground thingy in our backyard. There's like 2 swings, a slide, and a little sandbox.
Spiders.
And I remember, oh yes, lots of spiders. I remember we spent a lot of time out there playing like on the swing set and also in the sandbox. I feel like that was his favorite. And this was when we were little, like really little. How old were we when we moved here?
I was 3.
I must have been around 7 or 8. So he was, you know, like 1 or 2 years old.
Did you have like overlapping hobbies? Because your age gap is I want to say it's like big, but like,
it was pretty big, I think.
Well, I mean, like hobbies, like art or something, because that's all you really.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more artsy and he's more like into technical things.
And action.
Sciencey things, which is not
and
really...
I can't play any sports with you because you're so crippled.
Well, I do like playing sports. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like when we were younger, we didn't have a lot of overlap in terms of what we like to do. Besides, like, being outdoorsy.
Here's a good one. When we used to play a school or whatever it was, and you could be your favorite dictator personality that you like.
Oh my god! I think you just maybe that's why I want to go into teaching. You just
shut
like
up,
unlocked the childhood memory.
And then, when I didn't do a math problem and you would lock me in a cardboard box.
It was the dungeon.
The dungeon. Yeah. Oh, okay, Josh. Oh, God.
Yeah. He was young enough for me to manipulate, so it was fun for me.
I had 2 people manipulating me, both women. That's oh my God.
No, you know what?
Save me. This is a plea for help.
No,
this is a cry for help.
Disclaimer: none of what he says you can't believe any of it.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just thinking about
sorry.
No, I was gonna say the cardboard box thing really is just, it opened up a memory for me because my brother and I, we used to play like cops and robbers, and I was like the cop, I guess. And I remember he was like the prisoner, and we would use our closet as like the jail cell. So we had to put each other in there for like 5 minutes or whatever. And I put him in there, and I put a chair underneath the doorknob so he couldn't get out, right?
Oh my God.
And I like, one of my friends, I remember, knocked on the door, and she was like, you want to go play like Barbies? And I was like, sure. And I left my house, and I left him in there for like the whole day. And I don't think he remembers. Brenda, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Oh, but like, I remember leaving him and then coming back because my mom was home, and she was like, where is everyone? And then I was like, oh shit. And I opened the closet. He was still in there. He just took a nap, I guess. But like I just remember that. I don't know if you keep this in here. It's gonna make me look so bad. Oh my God. But yeah,
that's tough.
At least it was a cardboard box and not a closet.
Yeah. Oh,
that's tough.
But I mean, like, there's still a lot of stuff that we did back then and like have fun that we still even do today. Like play hide and seek, bro. Like
always be a favorite.
Hide and seek in the dark, or we used to build forts in each other's rooms with like blankets and pillows. And when we were really young, we had, Pokemon cards and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And then, today, like, hide and seek, like, friends are over and stuff.
Yeah, especially when the family friends come over and we have, like, parties. Because, we all read...
What? What did you just say?
Our age range starts from, like... How old is the youngest? Probably... I think she's 6 years old now. And I'm the oldest out of, like, our family friends. No, I'm talking about Nati.
I know.
Yeah, so it's like whenever like the family friends come over, we end up playing hide and seek to just keep the younger ones entertained, but also to relive our childhood. And because we've been friends with these people for like 20 years, like literally
before we were even born too.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a fun way we
and like now we just like find some like random ass shit to do. Like I don't even know. Like we just be doing some weird
anime brought us together. Yeah, I have to thank the both of y'all for putting me onto that, because like for the longest time, like since I was in middle school, I used to shit on anime for the longest time. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Not a cool kid.
And then I think I don't know how many podcast episodes I've said this in, but literally when we started college and like I met you and saw the stickers on your laptop, I think I would like tell my brother about it and be like, yeah, like there's this girl in my class, she has like Itachi stickers. Like obviously I know who that is now. And after like a couple months of like talking about that or just like different things that my brother was into during that time, he was like, please just watch one episode of Naruto. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue, just one. And since then, like he's been putting me onto different shows. Like we have that in common now to like bring us together and like to talk about, and it's been cool. Like we watch together sometimes.
But you're so stubborn about it too. Like every time I tell you, like you always have a good time and you enjoy it, and then you don't shut up about it. But at the same time, you're like so stubborn to like continue like whatever.
But that's just like I'm like that with everything though. Like I'm really stubborn to start any type of show or any like I don't have the patience to sit down and watch a movie. I can't do it. But once you get me like hooked, like if I start with someone and I get hooked, I won't stop.
I mean, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, I want to try the hide and seek thing again because I haven't done that since I was little, actually. See, all of my siblings or cousins, we were all little at the same time. Now we're all older. And then we have like 2 younger siblings that are barely like 10, 12, 13. So it's like that might be a good middle ground. But I don't know. Other than that, we just watch horror movies, I think now. That's like how me and my brother bond, which is great because we both love it. Let's see. What's the next question? Okay, well, that kind of wraps up like the random questions I wanted to ask you. And now it's the reflective time. Okay. Oof. So, okay. How could you both have been better siblings to each other when growing up? I don't know who wants to start, but...
I never even thought about that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I think about it every second of my life, bro.
Wow, I don't owe you anything, so...
Start it off then, Illyria.
How deep can we get with this? I won't go too deep, but I will just say...
However comfortable you feel.
I think there's a period of time right before we started to get a lot closer where... we don't have to get into it, but I know.
No, we have to get into it.
I know.
Kiran, the world needs to know.
I know
what a person you were.
I know that I could have been a better sibling, older sibling back then, and I could have been more, I guess, like observant of what he needed during that time and more self-aware
Put this
of
on
my
your
own
LinkedIn.
my own actions and like how I was treating him. Not that Oh no, how I was treating him.
Some
period.
ultimate projection. We'll say it. The projection was so hard, dude.
Yeah.
It
was like a period of like maybe 2 or 3 years where I could have been a better sibling. And I feel like I'm trying to make up for that now, like in the way that not like actively, you're but like I think about it.
You're trying to make up for it now, but what's really happening is what you should have given me back then is what I'm giving to you now. Okay, so no, that's so vague, but
that's as deep as we're going with that. But we know.
Yeah,
I know that we know.
Doesn't know.
Well, what about you, Josh? Do you have anything for that? Like, what would you have done better? Or
for me?
Yeah, to be a better sibling.
No,
I don't owe you shit.
Or were you perfect?
Right she just lives with me. That's you're just there for me to take out my frustrations on.
Literally.
But yeah, no, I don't know what I'm supposed to have done for her. More than what I've done at least. But yeah, as like the younger sibling, older sibling, I've done my job. I've been a sibling this whole time.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know how I feel about that question for you specifically, because I feel like
I've played all the roles in this family.
Taking the responsibility as like the older sibling and the one that should be looking out for the younger sibling, like I feel like that's more of a question for me rather than for him, because it's like he's right. Like, what can the younger sibling do for the older one when we're the ones who are supposed to have our shit together ahead of time, way ahead of time, you know?
Can you say that to my brother then?
Hey, yo, I hope you're listening.
No, because I was gonna say like my thought on this is, I agree. Like, if you're the younger one, it's kind of hard to be like, well, I guess I could have just told my older sibling, hey, can you be better? Like, for the both of us. But
be a better person.
But no, I was thinking about this as like, at least for me, I think I was more mature than my brother at the time. And sometimes I do feel like I'm the older one. I don't know if it's just like a younger sibling thing where because you're learning faster, you're adapting faster, and you're just like looking at your older sibling like, what are you doing? Like, that's not the right way to do this or something. So I just feel like I wish I understood how my brother was feeling. I guess that's the main thing I would change or try to be a better sibling, was to maybe see why he was feeling certain ways, or like if there was confrontation, or like, I think, okay, so for my family, my brother's like the poster child of like, oh, he can do no wrong, or like he's a saint or whatever. But I feel like that also puts a lot of like a burden emotionally. Oh man, I'm going too deep into this. But anyways, I wish I checked in with him more, because I personally knew he was not perfect. I saw all his flaws, but for me to like have been there and been like, like, hey, it's okay for you to mess up, that's totally fine. I feel like I should have done that. That's what I would have done.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was seeing stuff that you wasn't seeing.
Yeah.
And, that's pretty much it right there. Like, I felt I had a better grasp on like our situation and like our family. And then you were kind of just out here acting a certain way, not understanding any of it. And, like, it's hard too, because she's like also the closest person, in terms of like age and like understanding, like, bro, we're both siblings in this family, and like you not seeing it, bro. But like now, that we're like grown up, now we're on the same page, like literally about everything. Like, look at each other and like we both know, like we both just.
That's one thing.
It's a power, bro.
Yeah, I tell everyone this. Like, that's one thing I really appreciate about our relationship now, is how like on the same page we are about everything. Because sometimes when I'm talking to my friends and I hear about them and their siblings, I'm like, oh, like I can't relate to that. I mean, like, I think I could, like, at one point, especially like in the past when we weren't as close, and I don't know if I'd say we were like pit against each other. I think we were pit against each other in some ways. That made it hard for us to connect. But now it's like we've talked that shit out. Like we're on top of things. So it's I can appreciate our relationship, especially compared to like other people that I know and like how they speak about their siblings.
For sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like you brought up a good point of like the comparison part. Like, I think that happens for, if not all siblings, like that happened for me too with my brother. And I don't know if it was like, okay, I was talking to my grandma about this recently because she was just like telling my little cousins, like, you need to be better, be like Kiran and Verinder, you know, like be like that. And I was kind of telling her, like, it's gonna mess them up mentally to compare us because our situations are so different. Like we grew up in different time periods, all of that, whatever. But I think like whenever my parents or like relatives would make me and my brother compete, it would drive a wedge between us because like it sucks. Like even now, my family members are just like, you know, Karen's great and all, but like Vrinder, he's like super nice, you know? Like Kiran should be nicer. Like it still happens. And so stuff like that, like, I mean, now we're at the emotional level or maturity where we're both like, man, F everyone who keeps saying this stuff. But like when you're little and you're growing up being compared to your older sibling or your younger one, it sucks. And I hate it when parents do that. I like will not do that with my kids if I have kids, I swear. I say that now, but I don't know. We'll see. Gotta hold me accountable. But yeah. And then the last thing I kind of want to touch on is what is something you wish you could have told each other when you were kids?
I love you, bro.
What you mean, bro? Cannot. Don't accept it. Like, open your eyes, bro. Like,
oh man.
Damn.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a good question.
You're just like your. Yeah. You got some issues. See, that was on Silent Game.
Valid,
you know?
Very valid. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm telling you, like there was a period of time where we just shit was not clicking.
we literally did like you had an iPod. That was that was like my vision of you as my sibling. Like you had an iPod, and if I could use your iPod, and we played Nintendo games together. That was you like as a sibling back then.
when I was 12.
that was like all like dang like. I don't even know how to explain that, but it's like
I get what you're saying, though.
We had like no interaction outside of that. No, like we had no.
But then again, like I feel like that all comes with like mental and emotional growth. Like even if I am like the older sibling, like maybe, you know, I was at fault for not having anything click back then. It took me a while to get to where I am now, but you know, at least we're here. Like that shows growth and improvement, right? And that's all that we can continue doing. If I had the same level of awareness back then that I do now, I would probably maybe not tell you, but like show you through actions that I'm there for you. Because I'm not really like one to like talk about things. Like I can't easily like convey my emotion through words. I'm more of like a doer. Like I'll do things. Or I'll like observe and try to think of like, what do you need in this moment in order to like, you know, be happy or be stable or know that things are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute. Yeah, no, I was just going to say, what would I say? I guess I would say like, I could say this right now to him too, like call up the phone real quick, but like just like being honest with each other, because I feel like especially when it comes to your siblings, you there's no point in lying because I feel like you're too close to the point. I mean, unless you're distant with your sibling, right? But you're too close where this would not bother your relationship in the future. Like even if it's like a dumb lie or like something stupid that you fought about, like addressing it rather than putting it off. Like that's something I would have told like myself or my brother too. Like, let's not lie. Let's not have bullshit because we both know what's fake, what's real. So valid. But that's my thing. But yeah, that's kind of all the questions I have. I was gonna say like we like to wrap up with some advice. So is there any advice you have for anyone listening who has a sibling or who doesn't but pretends? I don't know.
We're the last people to give advice to anyone but ourselves.
No, I feel like just in terms of like how close we are now, I feel like we could, you know, come up with some good advice in terms of like what we were talking about earlier. Like if you and your sibling fight, you know, what's the best thing you could do in that moment to just kind of move past it and kind of get over it. Of course, like if you need to talk it out, like talk it out if it's that bad. But
right.
you know, it's whatever arguments or like petty shit that happens between you guys that could like drive a wedge in between you. It's not worth sacrificing your relationship with your sibling, like someone that you grew up with, over some petty shit. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, like especially when we look at our parents and how they interact with their siblings, they don't even, I mean, my mom still talks to her siblings, but it's not in like, you know, the fun, lively, I don't know. Especially on my dad's side, he doesn't talk to any of his siblings as much anymore. So it's like I don't want that to happen to me and my brother. Like I want us to stay close for the rest of our lives, you know. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's really important to, you know, keep that connection that you have or continue to grow.
Yeah, just I guess like have some sort of involvement, you know, in like each other's lives. And that's pretty much it.
Period.
Not too much, you know.
No, that's really great. I think perfect way to end today's episode. Yeah. So anyways, so thank you both for being here to talk about this really great advice that we wrapped up with, and a lot of juicy details and stories. Fun. And thank you everyone for listening. Check out the video portion that will be uploaded somewhere. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, until next time, bye-bye.